Hello folks and welcome. Today we have the BMW M3 Competition. Now I've driven a BMW
M3 Competition.
Let's just look at that. 911R. We'll get to the M3 in a second, but let's have a look at this 911R. Don't get to see a 911R every day, especially in Essex. It's quite nice. You like it green? It is nice, isn't it? Green. Comfort seats though, that's interesting. Comfort seats in a 911R. Don't know. And it's got Dunlops. I'd change that over to cups and emissions. Mind you, you get more tread in the Dunlops as well. When was the last time you've seen a Gen 1 GT3 in GT silver with silver rims? I mean, how cool is that? And it's dirty as well, it looks really good. 3.8, that revs the 8 and a bit because it's the 4 litre, but you get a bit more torque. I suppose we'll just talk about the M3 again. Alright, yeah, right, back to the M3. Anyway, so, the M3 Competition, some of you guys may and may not know, I've driven one of these before, 2 years ago when they first came out, when they were new. However, I'm coming back to one again. The main reason is because, like every bloody BMW, they depreciate like a stone. And you can pick a car like this up for about 45 grand. Now, in the finance world, it's about, what, another 100 and a bit quid a month extra over, say, I don't know, an M240i fully loaded, or a Golf R, like a fully loaded Golf R, you can get something, or a Focus RS. So let's revisit the BMW M3 Competition, see what it's like to drive, throw in a few skids, because it's the last skid in 2018, and should you throw your money into an M3 Competition? Because the type of people who'd buy this is, if you've got a family, pretty cool car. Is it as good as a C63 W205? Jamie says no, but I think they're pretty cool. Yeah, let's go for a drive, see what it's like, and stretch this video over to 10 minutes. Back in a BMW M3 again. Driven a few of these off camera, but the last time I filmed one of these was about 2 years ago when Tony Gravelwood let me have a go at one. That car was just new at the time, and the competition pack was the offering above the F80 M3. In fact, it is the better car. So you get a bit more power, you get better suspension. The thing is with the F80 M3, when it first came out, it wasn't, I don't think it impressed the journos very much. It had a very spiky power delivery, and obviously it's the first BMW M car, or M3, to go turbocharged, and the S55 straight 6 had a mixture of reviews. On one hand, it was very torquey and really good on a usable day-to-day basis, but on the other side of that, flip it, it just didn't have that obviously normally aspirated, singing or dancing 8,000 RPM redline that you got from the E92, or that really nice metallic straight 6 soundtrack that you got from the E46 M3. But hey, that's turbocharged cars, we're moving on in the times. So when these came out, they were around about 60-ish grand, probably about 65 grand once you put on all the bits and pieces. Now, a friend of mine, Ash, who has kindly lent me the keys to this car, cool, what a knob he is, lent me the keys to this, skidding it about, he paid around 46 grand. Now, I'm doing these videos because I like to do, for the price of a new hot hatch, like a fully loaded Golf R with an Aquaprovic exhaust and Britora wheels and all the bells and whistles, well, that's about the same price as one of these a year old. And this car's only covered 10,000 miles, and it's a fresh car. It can almost be passed as an ex-demonstrator. Looks good in black as well too, especially with the spacers that Ash has put on. So, do you go for a new car and have the 0% finance, or do you just take the extra interest and save yourself on a bit of depreciation and get yourself one of these? Because they're a good laugh, these things. They're an absolute good laugh. However, there are a few issues. If you're not a yob or an idiot like me, one thing you need to realise is they are quite spiky at the low end. They just don't offer that, I don't know, it's got a linear power delivery, but there's too much boost low end. and you can get yourself into a bit of a pickle, especially if you ramp up all the settings into mode shift 3. Well, in mode shift 3, in second gear, normally if you grab second gear in a turbocharged car, it would bog down the boost and then you get a bit of traction and off you go. Well, if I demonstrate this right now, grab third gear, and it just lit up the rear wheels. You've got to be very careful, because for most people that aren't, you know, experienced, you can get yourself into a lot of trouble, hence why there are so many, unfortunately, smashed up BMW M3 competitions. That's another downside. They are a bit dear, to be sure. Depending on where you live, if you live in East London, good luck. They are a little bit tricky, but other than that, this is a cool bit of kit. It is a real cool bit of kit to run around in, to waft about every day. It's a real nice car. This car's got the light interior. I'm not really a fan of white light interior. I just think it's a bit of a mess to, you know, clean up, but it makes it very airy. DCT gearbox. People moan about DCT gearbox, but I'm a big fan of them. I think they're really cool. Okay, around town they are a little bit jerky, but you just adapt to anything, isn't it? It's like any car you jump into, you just get used to it over time. It's got, I mean, downsides. I've never been a fan of adjusting all the settings. I think there should be just one setting for the steering, one setting for the throttle adjustment. I don't know why you need so many multiple parameters, but anyway, you can save them all on M1, M2. I like to have steering in comfort. I like to have suspension in comfort, because it just keeps the ride just that bit plush and supple, and it keeps everything in check. Throttle response in sport, and that's it. The mode shift I like to have in 1, because most of the time, just to get a nice bit of traction off you know, while you're on the move. But I like to have it in 3 for when you're doing yobbish skiddy stuff. And I've done a couple of skids today, and I'm amazed by how long you can just continue the sides. Do you know what? The W204 C63 was a car that Mercedes said that you could average anywhere between 5,000 and 8,000 miles between tyres if you're driving it sensibly. Well, I reckon if I had this car, I wouldn't even make it to about 3,000 miles. It just literally is that. Yeah, it just wants to spin up its rear wheels, and it's so easy to light them up as well, especially in DCT mode, because in DCT mode, if you just put your foot down, it's not like any other torque converter auto where it sort of just gathers its loins and then off it goes. In this, if you just plant my foot down, it just dumps the clutch and off it goes. Tell you what, I'd be interested is, do you buy an M2 Competition, or do you buy yourself an M3 Competition? Maybe that could be another video, because that would be very interesting. I haven't driven an M2 Competition as of yet, but I'd like to have a go on, because obviously that has the S55 straight 6. It's not far off weight, surprisingly, as well too. But with this, you get the benefit of 4 doors, a saloon car, that you could just be really sensible. And I love a saloon car personally. I've got a bit of old man about me. I've even pulled my coat up to pretend that I'm some sort of business exec. Weirdo, aren't I? But yeah, 45 grand gets you in a really nice M3 Competition. You buy one from BMW garage, you get one with, you know, a service pack and warranty if it was spec'd with the car new. It's a cool bit of kit. I might get myself one of these as a daily just to run around in. Anyway, I think this is the last video of 2018, possibly. I don't know, depends on how long it takes for me to edit this. But anyway, hope you have a really good new year. There's going to be lots going on, lots of weekly videos. They're not going to be high quality production, sadly, because they just take forever to make. But I promise you there will be a few good, cool films coming up for 2019. It's going to be super, super special. But hope you've enjoyed this one with the M3 Comp. Let me know in the comments down below, because, you know, would you have one of these? Would you have the Giulia Quadrifoglio? That's a pretty cool car, isn't it? It's basically a Ferrari 4-door saloon. Or do you go for a W205 C63? Jamie's going to say, yeah, go for a W205 C63. But hey, maybe we should just have one big saloon battle. Anyway, last skid of 2018. Enjoy. See you later.